What's going on, guys? This is Andrew with Live Sports Talk, and today we have a very special episode for all you listeners out there. We're doing a full 30 minutes of just straight fantasy football talk, and let's just get it right started. So I'm going to turn things over to our NFL analyst, Jeff.
What's going on, guys? I'm here with Andrew and Ed today for our fantasy podcast, and Andrew and I made a big board for this, and it's the top 20 of the majority of the fantasy football positions. Ed really has not seen this, so it'll be interesting to see what he thinks about it. But we're going to go over who we think are going to be good this year and who we think are going to be busts. So, Ed, say what's up to everyone.
Hey, guys. So I'm excited for this episode. I just was looking over the big boards. It looks good. So we're going to go over the running backs now, the big fantasy position, and I'm going to let Jeff kick us off with the top 5 there.
At top 5, number 5, we have Matt Forte. Number 4, Chris Johnson. Number 3, LaShawn McCoy. Number 2, Arian Foster. And number 1, Ray Rice. I already know what you're going to say, Ed. You want MJD in that top 5. You're all about him.
I had MJD last year. He was my fantasy MVP. It's great. I almost won the league last year thanks to him, and because the rest of my team was not great. MJD is a great player, and I know there's he's had problems, I guess, off the field and stuff right now, but MJD's a guy who he's going to be great, and because there's not much else on that team, they have to pound the ball. One guy I was not sold on, but I'm starting to like more and more is LaShawn McCoy. Because I was thinking about it, it was like, oh, Vic always gets injured, and then I'm not sure if they have the right receivers. Macklin and Deshaun Jackson, I'm not sold on those two guys. I mean, I think LaShawn McCoy, you may see him with another huge offensive year.
I had the same thought as you. I wasn't really sold on him, but I watched the game last night, Eagles versus Patriots, and it made me realize when they get down to the goal line, they give it to McCoy.
They pound it.
They give it to McCoy. He's their goal line guy because, like you said, Macklin and Deshaun Jackson are not big enough to be goal line receivers down there. They're more downfield go receivers. Speed guys. They're speed guys. And, then you have Vic, who would either dump pass it to McCoy or give it to, like, Brent Selleck or someone like that. But they don't really have that big of goal line receivers. They don't have that big guy. They don't have that Calvin Johnson, that Rob Gronkowski kind of guy. So they're just going to give it to McCoy, and he's going to rack up the touchdowns. And I think that's what he did last year. I don't think by any means he's going to put up the numbers he did last year touchdown-wise, because that was pretty ridiculous. But I still think he's going to have a great year, and that's why we have him at number 3. Another guy I really like, Chris Johnson. I've been watching him this preseason, and he's running like he did a couple years ago.
And last year there were distractions and stuff around that season. I think you want to discount that one.
Yeah, last year wasn't a good year for him. I think we should you cut that and you look at how he's playing this preseason. He's looking like the old Chris Johnson that almost had 2,000 yards in a season. So now we're going to go 10 through 6, and Andrew, if you want to read that.
All right, guys. At number 10, we got Jamal Charles. At number 9, we got Darren McFadden. At number 8, we got DeMarco Murray. Number 7, Marshawn Lynch. And at number 6, Maurice Jones-Drew. So what are your guys' opinions on those lists, guys, right there?
Well, I was very sold on who was in the top 5. They're all people I'd love to have on my fantasy team. This one, not so much for where you'd be drafting him. Jamal Charles was injured last year, and there's now Peyton Hillis in Kansas City. So I'm not sold on Jamal Charles. Also, DeMarco Murray kind of broke out last year. I don't know what he's going to do. I think he could be good, but kind of a risk, I'd say. Darren McFadden, they don't have Michael Bush anymore, so he'll be getting more carries, but he was also injured last year. I had McFadden on my team last year, but he only was able to play me 5-6 weeks. He was really good then, but I don't know if he's going to stay healthy. I think McFadden, when healthy, is a top 3 fantasy running back. He's that good. I just don't know. I'm not sold on everyone in this group. I do like Marshawn Lynch, though.
And MJD.
Well, obviously, I talked about him already.
Yeah. I really like Marshawn Lynch. I had him on my team last year as a late guy, which was great. DeMarco Murray, I don't see any problems with him besides he doesn't have the years of experience.
And also that offense is
up.
one with Tony Romo, Jason Witten.
Witten's hurt.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he's ruptured his spleen.
I'm sorry.
I don't know how long he's out.
Des Bryant, Miles Austin, though.
Des Bryant got hurt.
Des Bryant hurt also?
I think they're both going to be okay, but they're still injured.
I'm just saying that's an offense that's very pass-oriented.
Yeah.
So that's one of the reasons I'm also not sold on Murray.
I think that's why he's down at number 8 and not in the top 5, because he's not going to get the carries.
He hasn't played a full season yet.
But he's not going to get the carries that Chris Johnson's going to get. But I think he has the skill set. McFadden, like you said, he could be in the top 3 if he stays healthy.
Skill-wise, I have him up there with a guy like Rice.
I think that's why he's down at number 9. And Jamal Charles, I don't see the Chiefs passing it all that much, to be honest. And Peyton Hillis doesn't seem like he's going to get the ball unless it's like right down there at the goal line. So that will take away some of his touchdowns, but you got to account for all the yards and all the big runs he's able to get because he's a speed guy. So next is 15 to 11. We got Fred Jackson at 15, Ahmad Bradshaw at 14, Adrian Peterson at 13, Steven Jackson at 12, and Trent Richardson at 11.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but I'm looking forward to Trent Richardson this season. I mean, Cleveland Browns, when you think of them, no player really comes to mind. And then with Trent Richardson in the mix, that's the player that will be coming to mind. And he'll be getting the ball a lot. With his injury and the surgery that he just had, I wouldn't worry too much about it. I mean, he dropped down a little bit because of it, but I think he'll be geared up and ready to go, and he'll be getting the ball, and he'll be putting the ball in the end zone and getting your fantasy team points. So if he's on the board, I'm taking Trent Richardson over maybe a Jamal Charles because of Peyton Hillis there for the goal line carries. So I think he's going to be maybe one of the sleeper guys, but look forward to him.
Adrian Peterson, we have him down at 13. Because of his injury, he tore his ACL at the end of last year. And from what we know, he's okay, but the only thing that's going to bring him down to the 13 spot is at the beginning of the year, he's going to split some carries with Gerhardt because they don't want to overwork him. And then towards the end of the year, they said he'll be having the carries that he's accustomed to. So basically, he'll be good at the end of your fantasy season and for your fantasy playoffs. And
assuming he's healthy.
Assuming he's healthy, which I personally expect him to be, but you never know. So I think he's going to be solid. You want to go 20 through 16?
Yeah, sure.
You got it.
Got Roy Halou at 20. 19, can't reach it right in there.
Doug Martin.
18, Reggie Bush. 17, Frank Gore. 16, Ryan Matthews.
The reason why we have Ryan Matthews down 16, he is the guy, now that Tolbert's out of San Diego. He's the San Diego's starting running back. He's going to be taking all the carries, but he is injured for the first, I think it's 4 weeks of the season. 4 to 6 weeks of the season. So we have him down at 16. But if you can get him decently late, that might be a pretty good value pick.
Later down the road.
Because I think when he does come back, he's going to be good. It's just how early are you willing to spend a pick on him if he's not going to be there for a fourth of your season? I mean, who knows? Frank Gore's all the way down at 17. I think he's getting old, honestly. He's very injury prone. I don't want to take him early. If someone takes him early, say, thank you, I'll take the next best running back because I'm not going to waste an early pick on someone who I think could very well get hurt. And Doug Martin he's the running back for Tampa Bay. He's battling for a spot with LeGarrette Blount. And LeGarrette Blount had a terrible year last year, but Doug Martin's they don't really pass. I mean, they don't really pass that much. Josh Freeman had a bad year.
It's really not a great offense.
It's not.
The offense as a whole is not one I like.
But my only thing about Doug Martin is I'm worried that LeGarrette Blount's going to be a goal line guy. Because he's big. Mm-hmm. He is. Which is the reason why Doug Martin's so low.
Yeah. I didn't make this list, but I don't like this list as running back so much because of how you left off Stephen Ridley from New England and Michael Turner. I like those two guys personally. I guess you guys don't. Those are two guys I'm big fans of for drafting, though. I just want to throw that out there. I like those two.
I expect Ridley to be good. I think he'd be possibly battling Halou for that 20 spot-ish, maybe even higher.
I'm not a big fan of Halou. I don't know. Very streaky last year.
But he's their guy, so I don't know. I mean, with New England, you have a lot of running backs. Vereen's there, Woodhead's there, and then you have... They mentioned all the running backs last night, and they have 4 potential starters on that team. So that is it for us. Comment, like, subscribe, and follow us on Twitter at Live Sports Talk. Like us on Facebook at facebook.com/Live Sports Talk Network, and check out the 4 links in the description. It's our Twitter link, Facebook link, podcast link, and website link. So thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. And as always, talk to you guys next time.